Dave Kinder from the Faith and Reason Ministries in Sutherland. Now, do you have your measuring device, Trevor?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there was a request that we understand that, well, hi, Nazareth. Nice to have you here. You are going to be watched by Nazareth, and he will give you critique afterwards, okay? How you doing, Dave?
Wonderful.
Okay, here's the game plan, everybody. Trevor, would you please tell us the prizes for these three gentlemen? It's all based upon your applause, and the pastor gets 3 jokes to tell each. We're going to determine the order in a minute. And you've got to be rambunctious. If it's funny, laugh, or do something. If you want to groan, feel free, but the pastor receiving the most response will receive the prizes. Go ahead, please.
First place is Nazareth's book, Hope in 24 Hours. Woo. Second place is Season 7 of the Brinkman Adventures. And third place is the movie I Can Only Imagine.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys awake? Okay, good. Trevor, I think the next thing, we've got to be scientific. Do you have a plan to determine who's going to be telling first?
Yes, I'll be taking the average of the decibel reading for each joke for each pastor. Each pastor will be telling 2 jokes. We'll average them. 3.
3, okay. So, Trevor, who would you say?
No average.
Who would you like to go first of the pastors? Who do you think should be picked on?
I think Jeff, he's around the way.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, are you ready? Okay, Jeff, you want me to now?
I have one for us.
Well, Jeff, this is your first joke. Take it away and...
All right. Stuffed crabs, and I think the ladies might like this one. Okay, ready? So, a Fortune 500 CEO and his wife were pulling into a gas station. And the gas station attendant came out, and the wife, under her breath, says, "I dated that guy in high school." And of course, it was pretty awkward and silent for a while. They didn't say anything. Drove off. It's quiet, and then the Fortune 500 CEO said, "All right, I know it's awkward, but I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I bet if I'd married that guy, I would have been married to a gas station attendant and not a Fortune 500 CEO. And she said, "No, I was thinking, if I'd have married that guy, I bet he'd have become a Fortune 500 CEO.
Don't ask what his reading is over there. It's scientific, trust me. Dennis, you're next, please. This is Dennis Price, Pine Grove Community Church, every Saturday night, 5 p.m. on the radio.
All right, thank you. How many of you like to go shopping? Amazon. All the ladies like to go shopping at Amazon. We get so many packages at our house from Amazon, we could create a fort in our living room out of those packages. You know what I'm talking about? Well, the other day, my wife's credit card got stolen. And you know, I'm looking at the credit card statement, and I'm thinking, do I turn this in or not? The guy was spending less than my wife. And then I'm hiding behind the boxes after I don't turn it in. And my wife says, "Oh, you're so immature." And I say, "You can't come in my fort."
Really? You ever reading?
Yes.
Now, everybody, it's interesting, the other pastors don't laugh or scream during the punchline, but I guess they don't want to. But Dave Kinder, he is our stock market report guy from Edward Jones every weekday at 5:10. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening. So this joke has nothing to do with the stock market. It has to do with a man that unfortunately finds himself in court. And as he's standing before the judge, he's explaining that he needs the insurance company to pay for all his medical bills. And the insurance company is saying, no, on the police report, you said you were fine. There's no way we're going to pay any of your medical bills whatsoever. And the judge says, "Sir, explain to us why on earth you think the insurance company should pay for injuries that apparently you've sustained after the accident." He says, "Well, I was driving down the road and I had my horse in in the trailer behind me. My horse's name was Heine. And as we're driving down the road, this car comes at me really fast, and I swerved the truck, and unfortunately jackknifed, and oh, it was a horrible accident, and I was thrown to one side, and Heine was thrown to the other, and I could hear him moaning in pain, and I was all busted up pretty bad, Your Honor, and I was hurting so bad. And this police officer, he comes up on the scene, and he goes over first to check on Heine, and I hear a gunshot. And then the police officer comes over to me, and he says, sir, I checked on your horse, he was busted up pretty bad, and I had to shoot him. How are you?
Looks like Pastor Nick has a family here tonight. Okay, next victim, Jeff, this is your second joke. Let's see what happens.
Let me do a short one. Let me do a short one.
Not that one, Jeff.
No. I got a Chuck Norris one. That one is like I'm not sure we'd go with a Christian crowd. And I got this one. It's real simple. So my wife, she tells me that I only have 2 problems. I don't listen, and something else.
Hey, Sharon, thumbs down or up, huh? Dennis, are you here?
I think I'm married to the same wife. Sometimes my wife gets me so angry. Can you believe that? I'm a Christian, and Christian men are not supposed to be angry with their wives. Amen. I'm a pastor. Pastors are not supposed to get angry with their wives. Amen. Because we're supposed to set the example. But sometimes I get so angry with my wife. I just, whew, boy. And she's so calm. And I said to her one time, I said, honey, how can you be so calm when I am so angry? And she said, when you're angry with me, I just pray to the Lord for a minute, I go clean the toilet. And that makes you calmer? She said, yes, because I'm using your toothbrush.
I warned you, no bathroom jokes.
Well, I won't be telling a bathroom joke, but invariably I hear all the time there's jokes that have something to do with a bar. And so this is a bar joke. This place is a bar that serves a full meal, and they're pretty welcoming. They allow anybody they want to come in and have a nice meal. So there's this koala, and he finishes his meal, and he enjoyed the meal very much, and he reaches down to his duffel bag. Yes, he had a duffel bag. And he pulls out an Uzi, which is a machine gun, and he starts to shoot everywhere. And everybody's screaming, and they're ducking, and they're hiding, and then he just packs up, and he walks out. And as he walks out, the people are screaming, and the bartender gets up, and he says, someone could have been hurt, what were you thinking? And the koala says, hey, I'm a koala, look at him, and he walks out. Oh man, the bartender's angry, but before he calls 911, grabs an encyclopedia. He looks up, koala, native of Australia, eats, shoots, and leaves.
Ushers, lock the doors. This is the second round.
So I got a joke I got a Chuck Norris joke, or I got one my kids said they want me to tell, but it's like on the edge. It's like, actually, should I go Chuck Norris? Or should
Get edgy.
Edge? This is my kids. They told me this. They told me this is the one I should do. See those two right there? Look at them. My wife would say, don't tell this one. All right. Sorry, guys. So surfing TV, watching National Geographic, and came across a documentary on beavers. It was the most amazing thing. It was a great show showing about their habitat, how they work together. And to be honest, it was the best damn show I've ever seen.
I think he needs to go to church tomorrow.
It's about my wife again. And, you know, years ago, when I was still young and newly married, and I remember our first baby. You remember that? Guys, gals, you know how hard that was? Amen. You're in there, and you take Lamaze, and you're like, and you're doing all these different things that you're supposed to do, and you're trying to figure out. It's really hard for a guy to go in through that whole process of having the baby. And you go in the room, and she's on the bed, she's in the hospital bed, and you're thinking of all your training and all the stuff that you're supposed to do. And then all of a sudden, my wife yelled, couldn't, shouldn't, can't, wouldn't, doesn't, don't. And I'm like, doctor, what's going on? He says, don't worry, those are just contractions.
It sounds like a Pentecostal Dave. He's getting excited.
Well, I've got a short one here too. So you have a Baptist pastor, you have a Jewish rabbi, you have a gentleman who is an atheist, and you have a Catholic priest. And the four of them walk into a bar today, and the bartender says, "What is this, a joke?"
Thank you so much. It was so fun. Go take a seat. Hey, let's give him a big round of applause. You look nervous. Can you announce the scores, please?
All right, so first, Dennis Gunn.
First place.
Yeah, first place.
Thank you, Susan.
Jeff Kigley in second, and Dave third.
Are you okay? You need a stretch? Don't have time, sorry. Okay. Well, we are so thankful that